So, when did you first become a house parent, and how were you introduced to the Milton Hershey School?
I first became a relief house parent in October of 2004. My husband was looking for a part-time work opportunity for us. We both had just finished our master's degrees, and we had a little bit of student loan debt we needed to take care of. We were both working full-time. I was teaching at a middle school in Middletown at the time, and he was a school psychologist in Lebanon, and we didn't want something that would be keeping us away from each other too much. We had only been married a few years at that point, and he explained to me the opportunity to become a relief house parent, and I was really skeptical at first. It sounded like a lot of work and a lot of time, but the benefit was that we got to do the job together, and we got to be with kids. We both love kids. We've been around kids always, so we gave it a try and really enjoyed it, and that's how we got started.
Okay, so while going through the interviewing processes, what kept you here? All that mayhem, background checks, and...
Yeah, we had the opportunity, we had a lot of that stuff taken care of already since we were both in the field of education. We had the opportunity to shadow at Senior Division Boys Student Home, and it was just an awesome experience. I really enjoyed spending time with the Milton Hershey students, having worked in 2 separate school districts before that. There was something that was unique about Milton Hershey students, and they really wanted to know about us and where we came from and develop relationships right away, and I was hooked.
Okay. What motivated you as a house parent?
It was those relationships that the students wanted to build with students and sponsors and other staff members. It's just such a community here at Milton Hershey, and it really kept us wanting to come back. We enjoyed it a lot.
Alrighty. How did you try to motivate the students to do better?
It's hard. I think all Milton Hershey students know that you have times when you just slump and you really miss being home, either feeling homesick, feeling unmotivated, wanting to leave, and it is something that we struggled with all along and continue even now as a teacher. I have a hard time knowing how best to help my students, but I think just being consistent, being there, knowing that they can always come to me if they need anything, and I will help talk them through it. I'm going to do everything I can to build their network, to talk to other students that they care about, to talk to their sponsors if I need to reach out to another staff member that they feel close to. An example of that would be when my students were not, I didn't have a bunch of athletes in my student home when I was a house parent at one point, and I had a lot of students that were coming home every day and just kind of laying around the student home. They didn't want to get their physical activity, and I was at a point where I was really needing a little bit of exercise too and not feeling motivated, so they were just starting the Couch to 5K program, and I was like, come on guys, we're all going to go and do this. And one of the students actually is one of our students now that you and I both know is doing really, really well, and he's on the track team and he's on the cross country team, but he didn't even know he was a runner at the time. And we started doing this, and just the being alongside of them and doing it with them every day, it was good for me and it was good for them. I think it helped to motivate them to want to keep going. It's a little hard when your house mom's like, come on, we're leaving right now, we're going, time to go to Couch to 5K. Get your shoes on. And so try to do as many things as we could alongside of them, attend sporting events, help with schoolwork, know what their homework is, even though we were in their business and that would frustrate them sometimes. I think our guys overall really appreciated that because we were able to help them with things because we knew about it. We stayed informed.
Okay, what do you like and appreciate about MHS?
There's so many things. It's hard to pick just one. I think the biggest thing is just the community, the family that is MHS. I was really struck my first year as a relief house parent going to the homecoming game and seeing how alumni, when they came back, it wasn't like the homecoming from my high school where I grew up. It wasn't like, oh yeah, these are people we went to school with and it's nice to see them again. It was, no, I'm coming home. Like all the banners everywhere, welcome home, and just realizing that I'm part of that family, that Milton Hershey family, and there's nothing like it. It's 100% unique. It's so great.
How do you overcome the hardships here at the school, and how do you help the kids through the hardships that they go through?
I think that I've overcome a lot of hardships in my life already, had things that I've overcome in my own life personally and professionally that have helped me to be more resilient. I think it's important to have goals. I have certain goals in my career, I have goals personally, and I share with my students openly. Sometimes I fail, I falter, I misstep. I need to go back to my goals and figure out how I get back on track. And so I think by modeling that for them, it helps them to see they can do it too. With the students, just being available again to them, listening, but also staying firm with my expectations, realizing I'm not going to back down. Oh, I'm really sorry that your project is delayed, but you still need to get it in or you're not going to receive credit for it. Let's see what steps we can put in place to make that happen. I think that's probably the best thing to do, is just to focus on the task and the goals that you have and keep moving forward.
Okay, what made you decide to become a teacher, and what motivates you as a teacher teaching sophomore class?
It's interesting, when I first started teaching, I never would have thought I would be teaching high school. I actually decided I wanted to be a teacher when I was 7. I really like to play teacher with my brother and his little friends. My brother's 3 years younger than I am. I always have had this natural helper, coach, leader instinct. I just can't fully explain, but I knew from that point forward that I wanted to be a teacher, and I've always been focused on that goal. Initially taught elementary school. I really enjoyed that, but I wanted to specialize and focus more, so when I went for my master's degree, I decided that I wanted to teach secondary, and then we became house parents in Milton Hershey and had only worked with senior division boys. I was teaching middle school at that time, as I shared earlier, in Middletown, and enjoyed middle school, but we really, really enjoyed senior division and working with the senior division guys. So when the opportunity became available for me to teach at MHS, it was such a natural transition. We were at a point where our own children were going to be school-aged, and we wanted to be able to spend evenings and weekends with them as much as possible, since they were going to be in school during the day when our Milton Hershey boys were also going to be in school. And so I thought it would be great to teach at MHS, and it has been. It's been really terrific.
Okay. Why did you choose to stay at Milton Hershey School instead of teaching somewhere else?
I don't think I could ever leave Milton Hershey School. I love it. I think it's just those relationships, the student and staff relationships, and then alumni and sponsors, and just the community of MHS makes it such a great place to be.
Okay, last question. How do you feel you impacted the lives of the kids here at the school?
I think the biggest thing is that I am consistent. I am who I am, whether I'm in the classroom, when I was in the student home, at home with my own kids, and I'm genuine, so the students know they can approach me, they can trust me, because this is me all the time. It's not like, no, I'm in the classroom at MHS, so I have to be this way, or I have to act a certain way, and just consistently being there for them.
Yeah, that's it. I agree with that. Thank you for interviewing me.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
That's it.
Oh, okay.